Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. So today we have a battle against Emeraldminer, opponent we got off of Discord. So yeah, looking at his team there, looks to be very powerful, very interesting, very well balanced. Looking at my team, it is the same one that we've been using the past several games here. So what do I want to lead with in this one? That is a good question. I think we're just gonna go with the Wigglytuff, actually. Seems to be an okay idea, hopefully. And, yeah, we'll see how that works out. As he is still making his selection there. Emeraldminer from the Discord server, as they say. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, so there he is. And he's going to go ahead and lead with the Masquerain, which is actually what I was hoping for with the Wigglytuff lead. So he's going to go ahead and get the Intimidate to cut my attack, which is actually going to go ahead and trip my competitive to increase my special attack, which is exactly what I was hoping for in this situation. So now we have a choice to make. So this thing may or may not want to stay in on us here. But either way, we should be able to actually go ahead and hit something. We could either hit something for some pretty decent damage at +2 special attack here, or we could go ahead and try to get our entry hazards up early. But I think what we're going to do here is we're actually just going to go for that +2 Hyper Voice right out of the gate and see what he wants to do. He stays in, goes for the Sticky Web, which is kind of okay. As he gets that set up on us, we're going to go for that +2 Hyper Voice, and that is going to go ahead and knock this thing all the way down to a Focus Sash, of course. So, yeah, now the question is, what do we want to do here? I think this turn we're actually going to go ahead and go for the Stealth Rock to get that hazard set up, as he stays in, goes for the Hurricane, and he does miss, which is unfortunate for him, but we are going to go ahead and just throw a Stealth Rock of our own up here, which is definitely going to be good for us. So it doesn't look like he's going to try to switch to save this thing, so I think the best thing we can do here is just go for another Hyper Voice. So that's exactly what we're going to do. He goes for the Hurricane again, and he actually misses again, which is very unfortunate for him, but we are just going to take this thing out with another Hyper Voice and knock him down to 5. So those low accuracy moves definitely do come back to bite you sometime, and unfortunately that is the case here for him. So now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Hariyama, and he is going to take some Stealth Rock damage there. And so I'm not 100% sure what kind of coverage or moveset he's going to be rocking on this thing. I don't know if we want to stay in here, but at the same time we don't have, I mean, we do have some decent switches, I should say, to the Hariyama, but we are at +2 with the Wigglytuff. The only good thing about this is that now that the Sticky Web is up, every time we switch the Wigglytuff back in, we're going to get that +2 special attack thanks to the Sticky Web. So the question is, do we want to take an attack from this thing or not? I feel like we might as well just stay in and Dazzling Gleam this thing, so that's what we're going to do. He's actually going to go ahead and bust out the Terra, which I probably should have expected, but it is hard to predict Terras after all. He is going to Terrasilize into a pure Steel type, which is of course my preferred strategy with the Hariyama that we've used as well, so I should have probably figured that was going to happen, but he is going to go for a Bullet Punch. Here it is Terra boosted, which is bad news, and that is going to take us down by about half, which is really bad news. We go for the Dazzling Gleam at +2. It's going to do some decent chip to this thing, but not nearly enough, unfortunately, as we do get some HP back with the leftovers, and he is going to get burned by the Flame Orb to activate Guts. So that's obviously terrible news for us. We definitely can't survive another Bullet Punch here. That is probably what's coming here. So we could try to save the Wigglytuff for later. I kind of want to, But at the same time, we do have switches to the Bullet Punch, so I don't want to throw the Wigglytuff away here. It could be a big risk at this point. Anything could be a big risk because he could anticipate the switch, but I think we just kind of have to make that risk. We're going to go to the Tauros actually here because we can come in and intimidate this thing, cut its attack. We also do resist the Bullet Punch, so if he does go for that, then that might work out. But he is, we'll see what happens here as we switch out. So there is going to be the Tauros, and we are going to take the speed reduction on the Sticky Web here. And we are going to get the Intimidate to cut this thing's attack, which is useful, as he is going to switch it up to close combat, which is terrible news. That's going to go ahead and knock us down to about a quarter HP, so that is going to do a truckload of damage to us. We barely survive it. He does take some defense drops, and he does take some burn damage as well. So we are in kind of a bad situation here with the Tauros, unfortunately. I feel like we could probably survive a Bullet Punch from this range since we do resist it, so if he stays in or if he switches out, that's going to be the real question here. I feel like the best thing we can do here is go for the Earthquake, so that's what we're going to do, as he is going to go for the switch, and he's going to go ahead and come in with, what's it going to be, the, yeah, I can't remember this thing's name. The mid-stage evolution of the Garganackle, actually. So we are going to Earthquake this thing, which knocks it down below half, which is nice. And then it is going to get some HP back with the leftovers. So I think based on that damage output, we can pretty safely just go ahead and I think take this thing out with another Earthquake. So we're going to attempt to do that. And Earthquake incoming, it is going to be enough to go ahead and finish this thing off, which is pretty incredible. That is going to knock him down to 4. So that did work out well enough for us. So yeah, we will see what he wants to bring in now. It is going to be the Tatsugiri. So that is definitely bad news. Now, being Choice Scarf, we know we should outspeed this thing, I think, even at -1. I don't know if we really want to, I don't know if we really want to leave the Tauros in here, as it might be useful later on, although at the same time it is kind of weakened, so, and he could definitely try to set up on us here, so this is going to be a little bit of a tough choice for us to make here. How do we want to play this? I feel like we try to switch to save the Tauros, so we're going to go ahead and switch directly to the Lilligant, predicting the water move. We'll try that and see where it gets us here. And so yeah, there it is. And we do get the speed reduction off the Sticky Web here, as he is going to Nasty Plot, so that's definitely what I was afraid of, unfortunately. So he's going to go ahead and get that sharp special attack increase, so that's obviously terrible news for us. I think the best thing we can do here is just go ahead and go for the Energy Ball, although I don't think we're going to survive a Dragon move if he goes for that. He does go for the Draco Meteor, he does connect, and at +2 that's definitely going to take us out. So Lilligant is going to go down there and knock us down to 5, which is terrible, but the only positive thing about that is it does let us get a free switch into something else, and he does take the -2 special attack on the Draco there, which means that he's going to be back to neutral attack here. So I think, how do we want to play this here? This is going to be a difficult decision. I think... How do we want to play this? This is a tough choice, actually. I feel like... This is a very tough choice. Crap. Alright, we'll go for... I feel like we'll go for the Tauros here. Because we'll come in with that, and we are going to take some Stealth Rock damage. I'm not... Sorry, not Stealth Rock damage. It's Sticky Web speed reduction, that is. So, we're going to go ahead and get the Intimidate to cut this thing's attack here. Now, even after that, I think we're going to be outspeeding this thing, so I think I'm going to hope that that we do outspeed this thing and that a close combat can take it out. So that's going to be the plan here, plan number one. And we'll see how he wants to play it. So he stays in, we go close combat, we do outspeed, and it is going to be enough to one-shot that thing outright, which is incredible. We are going to take some defense drops from that, but it is more than worth it to go ahead and get rid of that huge threat there and knock him down to 3, as the Tatsugiri can definitely put the work in. So at this point, he is definitely going to realize that we are choice locked, I would think. So he's going to go ahead and switch in with the Oricorio. I believe that is the Sensu style. Takes the Stealth Rock damage, and obviously we can't stay in on this matchup. So we're going to have to go for the switch here, which is going to give him free reign to do whatever he wants, which is obviously terrible. But at the same time, there's not much we can do about that. So I think our best bet here is actually going to be, I feel like it might be, let's see, based on what he has left, he's got the Hariyama and the Toxtricity as well as this thing, so I feel like our best bet here is going to probably be to switch. I think it's going to be to switch to the Wigglytuff, honestly, because if Wigglytuff's going to do anything else this game, it's going to be now. So, yeah, of course we have to switch. So, going to come in with that Wigglytuff, and we are going to get the Sticky Web speed reduction, of course, which is once again going to trip our competitive to go ahead and give us that special attack boost, as he's going to go for the Quiver Dance, which is what I was afraid of. So he's going to go ahead and get that special attack, special defense, and speed increase. So that's obviously terrible news for us. We are going to regain some HP with the leftovers, which is good. But I kind of don't think that from this range we can survive an attack, but we pretty much just have to go for the Dazzling Gleam here and hope for the best, as he goes for the Hurricane, and he does miss another Hurricane here, which is super unfortunate for him. We go for a Dazzling Gleam. It's not quite enough to take this thing out, unfortunately, but we do knock him into the red, which is great, as we do get some HP back with the leftovers. So now we have a little bit of a choice on our hands here. I feel like the best thing we can probably do is just try to tank a Hurricane, although if he does connect with the Hurricane, I don't think we tank it. But we really don't have a choice, I don't think. So yeah, we just have to stay in with the Wigglytuff and see what he wants to do. He goes for the Hurricane. He does finally connect with the Hurricane here, which will obviously destroy the Wigglytuff and knock us down to, I believe, 4. So he is going to take some Life Orb recoil damage there, which is actually going to knock him out as well, which is quite unfortunate for him, but that is obviously great news for us. So we have a double down on the battlefield here. We are going to go down to 4. He's going to go down to 2. So he's got the Toxtricity and the Hariyama left. So what I think the best course of action for us here at this point is going to be is, I think, to come in with, I think it's going to be the Electros is going to be the best option in this situation. So he's going to go ahead and come back in with the Hariyama, as he does. We are going to come back in with the Electros. So he is going to take that Stealth Rock damage, which is great. And so in this situation, I think our best bet against this thing is just to try and Drain Punch it. So that's exactly what we're going to do. He does outspeed and go for the close combat, unfortunately, and we can't even take one of those, which is actually awful for us. That's just going to go ahead and one-shot our Electros outright and knock us down to 3. So that's terrible. But he is going to take some burn damage here, which is good news for us. So I think in this situation, how do we want to handle this? I think our only option at this point, well, actually, no, I shouldn't say only option. We do have a couple options here. We have a couple options. I think our best bet is going to probably be the Drifblim, I think. I think it might be the Drifblim. Maybe. It's either going to be the Drifblim or the Tauros, I think. I think it's going to be the Drifblim, actually. Drifblim is going to be our best option here, so we're going to come in with that. And so I think our best option here, we could actually terrestrialize into a pure flying type, which would actually allow us to resist, or not take super effective damage from potential moves he has on hand. So I feel like this is going to be the best use of our Terra. So we're going to Terra into a flying type and go for a Shadow Ball here. That's what we're going to do. So yeah, there it is. We're going to go ahead and pop our Terra. Hopefully this works. I think we should be outspeeding this thing actually, but I'm not positive. We're going to go ahead and terrestrialize into a pure flying type on the Drifblim so that we won't take super effective damage from the knockoff if he goes for it. We do outspeed him. We're going to go for the Shadow Ball here, and it is actually going to be enough to go ahead and one-shot the Hariyama, or I should say finish it off from that range, which is incredible as we outspeed, and that's going to knock him down to 1. So that is incredible, as we do get burned from the Flame Orb as well, which is going to activate our Flare Boost to increase our special attack. So now he's going to come in with the Toxtricity, his last Pokemon. He takes that Stealth Rock damage. There's no reason for us to switch here. We're just going to go straight for a Shadow Ball and see how this plays out. As he does outspeed us, unfortunately. He goes for the Overdrive, and unfortunately we can't take one of those. So that's going to take care of our Drifblim and knock us down to 2. So I think our best bet here is going to be, I think first bet is going to come in with the Berserker. So we're going to go ahead and come in with that here, and we are going to get our speed reduction on the Sticky Web. I think it might come down to whether or not this thing is choice. That might be what it is. So we're going to go ahead and fake out first things first. So we are going to get that chip damage and, of course, the flinch. So that's going to be nice. This turn, I think the only thing we can do here is we have to stay in, obviously. So I think our best move for this thing is going to be Crunch. So we're just going to go for that. He does outspeed us. He goes for the Overdrive. We cannot survive it, unfortunately. So that's going to take our Berserker out, knocking us down to just 1. So it's going to be right down to the wire here. We're going to go ahead and come in with the Tauros. It is our last Pokemon here. We're going to take the speed reduction on the Sticky Web, and now the only question here, we're going to get the Intimidate to cut his attack, which doesn't matter. So we are Choice Scarf, so this is going to be the moment of truth. If we outspeed him, we take him out with an Earthquake. If he outspeeds us, he takes us out with an Overdrive. If he's Scarf, I believe he wins here, but because of the speed reduction off the Sticky Web. So this is the last turn either way. We're just going to click Earthquake and see what happens here. As we do outspeed him, so he's not Scarf, which is incredible. That's going to allow us to go for the Earthquake and take the Toxtricity out, and that is game. Alright, so we are going to win that one 1-0 against Emeraldminer, but that was a great match, very close, very competitive, right down to the wire. Definitely could have gone either way. Some unfortunate Hurricane misses on his side. Definitely cost him in this one, I think. But yeah, just a really solid match all around. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and/or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. Also, this is going to be the last match that I post with this team. I had a lot of fun using it, and it was very successful for me. I was very happy with the way that this team turned out. But, of course, as is always the case, we are going to be putting it to the side for now, and starting up next time, I'm going to have another brand new team for you guys. So stay tuned for that. That's it, and we'll see you next time.